Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Queen, and in today's video, you guys, I will be doing kind of like a part 2 video on my video, what you should know when moving to another state. So basically the video was requested by one of my subscribers, and you guys know that if anybody requests a video and it's something that I could possibly do or give you the answers to, you know I'm always gonna come through. So basically, the subscriber just wanted to know basically how I went about find a place, how did I go about saving money, how did I go about meeting people, that sort of thing. So I'm just gonna give you guys from my personal experience what I think and what I've done. I've lived in literally let's see, over 5 different cities. So they've all been East Coast cities, but I've lived in over 5 different cities, and I've done them all without roommates except for one place. So yeah, I have a pretty good amount of experience when it comes to relocating, and just trying to live your best life. As I will say, I always like to put out a disclaimer in the beginning of my videos. The things that I'm stating are based off of my personal experience and my personal opinion, and everyone's opinion and experience may vary. But it was requested, and the person wanted to know what I experienced personally and how I went about things. So I brought you guys this video. So if this is something you guys would like to watch, please continue to tune in, and let's just get straight into the video. All right, you guys. So let's start off with talking about through each place, how I went about finding a place. I would definitely say, before you decide where you're gonna live, of course, it's kind of like common sense, research the area. Research, because moving somewhere, especially if you're going alone or even just being new to a city, you don't want to be anywhere that's not safe and everything. You want to make sure you're safe. It's just really important, especially being new somewhere and you're not familiar with the surroundings and everything. So that's just very important. I would definitely say if you can possibly visit the place before you actually move there, and I would definitely suggest if you can go and stay for a few days, that would be good as well, just so that you could get a kind of a good feel, and maybe even schedule some tours. If you're renting an apartment, get some tours scheduled to go apartment hunting and areas that you think would be nice and that sort of thing as well. And I will also suggest, because I'm really big on reviews, and I know this is also something else, this kind of people probably already know, is checking reviews. So if you see nice places, then you're probably this is nice or whatever, just don't go off it looking nice and that sort of thing online. You want to actually look at the reviews and really scroll down and see. And I look at it as long as someone the places usually have 4 out of 5 stars, it's usually really good, because people will be people, so everyone can't be pleased and nothing's perfect in life. But I usually look at that. If it at least has 4 stars and the reviews are overall good, then that's a good sign. Let's go into saving money for your move. So I know with me, I come from the service industry and everything. I went to college, I was a mass comm major and everything, but I just was in the service industry when I was in college and stuff, and it's the money is fast and it's good or whatever. And plus if you are in the service industry, well, I don't know now because the whole COVID thing and everything, but before COVID, if you were in the service industry, it was so easy to bartend or do bottle service or whatever, and you can always find a job. You could just pick up and go. The money's fast, and you could bounce back really quick. As well, I know a tip for me is once I decide, okay, this is where I'm going, I automatically set a deadline of when I want to move, and I automatically just start putting aside from another savings, a savings specifically just for the move, expenses, you might need, rent, emergency, whatever, just put it to the side. And basically too, how I go about that is I go about it I'll look at the cost of living, how much my rent is going to be, because every time I move somewhere, I always have a place before I go. So I already know once I get there, I'm moving directly into my own space. So there's never a gap with that. So it weighs or whatever, that's how I would go about it. Look at your cost of living, look at how much you're going to be paying a month for like your rent or a mortgage if you have a mortgage or whatever. Like, just look at that factor and just go from there on as far as like, you know, saving. And I would definitely suggest, I mean, like in like you could do like up to 3 months rent, put that to the side, but I would definitely suggest at least having like 2 months rent, like, you know, save for the move. And if not, if you can't, at least 1 month, at least your first month rent, have that with you when you go, plus other money to like just have you covered, you know, just going to a new place and a new atmosphere. But like I said, as far as like amount goes, it just varies from city to city, because certain places have like a cheaper cost of living, so you might not need as much save. So yeah, so I just think that varies from place to place. Let's get into the next thing. Meeting new people. And like I said, like in the beginning of the video, this is just based off of my personal experience, in my opinion. So me coming from the service industry, I'm not gonna lie, like when I moved to like different places and I like met people that I like hung out with, like I met them through work. Now, I'm not saying like where you work, go there and try to make all the friends of the world or anything like that. Don't do that. I'm not saying that. Because the only reason I say that is like I'm really nice and I'm really sweet and stuff like that, and I love meeting new people. But you know, like when it comes to like your money, just because like you might be a nice person and you're going here and you're like, oh, like this person works for me and like I'm trying to be their real friend, that might not be the case. And you just don't want things to get messy or dramatic where you work. Like, you know, your money's always first. So like, you know, from time to time, I have met real friends, like genuine friends through jobs. But a lot of times it doesn't work out that way with like the coworker thing. It just doesn't. Like you could be cool and cordial and there could be like no animosity or anything like that. And you could be cool, but that doesn't mean like y'all have to hang outside of work. But for me, I definitely did meet a few like real friends like through work. Through like, you know, me living in different places. And then also like, especially like when I feel like when I lived like in Florida, I feel like I definitely met a lot of people at work, and some of them weren't even like, you know, they weren't even like coworkers, they were like customers or whatever, because like they might like have been people just like me. Like, cause I know like when I was like living in Florida, like I would meet like a lot of my like friends that were like athletes and stuff. They would like come into my jobs and stuff, and so that's how I would meet them. And so like we would just become friends and we would like all hang out and stuff like that. And they're like not from this place either, so they're really just there for work. So it's like you could like relate on that level and everything, because you're new and they're new, and so it's like kind of like you just automatically click. And honestly, I've met like some of my like really good friends like that, and it's like it was just like cool. So I would definitely say that it's like one way to meet people. Another way, I didn't really go about this like this, but I did meet a few people like this, is like going places that are like places that are your type of places to hang out, whether that is like, you know, like bars, lounges. You'll just like meet people that way. So like whatever you're into, what you like to do for fun, if you go hang out in those places, then I'm sure you'll meet people. The next thing was regrets. So I was asked, did I have any regrets about like any of the places that I've lived or moved? I'm gonna be completely honest. I feel like, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, sometimes like looking at other people, you could be like, oh my God, like I feel like, you know, your life may be all over the place, but it's really not. I'm really thankful and grateful to have like the personality to like be able to say, hey, I just want to go here and save my money and move and do it. I don't regret anywhere that I've ever lived. I feel like every place that I've lived has provided me with a unique experience. And I also feel like me just moving away built my character. Like, and it really teaches you, like, really when you're away from everything and everybody, you know, it teaches you who you really are. It shows you like what you can like make it through. It shows you like different aspects of life that maybe you weren't exposed to before. You just really find yourself. So I would definitely say that I don't have any regrets. If I was to like break it down and say, one place that I may have regrets of how I went about the whole fast move situation, I would have to say like Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. Like when I did that, I really wish that maybe I would have done that a little bit different, like as far as like planned out more, saved more. And then also once I got there, I probably would have wished I would have stayed there longer than I did. because that's the only thing. Like, Miami was like the top of my list of like places I wanted to live and stuff like that. And I felt like that place was the one place that I feel like I didn't get to live like my best like life in. Like, it was fun, it was beautiful, I had like my good moments, but I think that if I would have went about how I moved there like I did with other places or whatever, it would have been a way better experience. Like, it was okay, but I feel like it could have been so much better. But I pretty much like covered like everything that was asked in the comments about like what do you wanted to see in this video. What I will say is like my best advice to anybody or whatever is like, you know, if it's somewhere that you want to go or you just want to start fresh or whatever the case may be, my best advice is to do it. Have no fear. Do you. Save and make moves. That's what I would say. Like, do it. I encourage anyone to do it, because one thing you don't want to do is look back in life and say, what if I would have or whatever, and then you're like stuck in like a comfort zone of where you are, and then you might get stuck there and then you'll never experience that, you know. And I just feel like, you know, like I feel like if I wouldn't have moved, there's so many experiences that I wouldn't have experienced in life. It's so many people and so many connections that I made, I would have never had them. So I definitely am like so thankful and so happy that I did make these moves. So I feel like that pretty much covers it. If you guys have any questions that, you know, or comments or anything about, you know, like just things about like moving, going somewhere new for the first time, this is your first time like ever doing anything like this, you know, leave it down in the comments. And if there's anything that, you know, I have any experience in it I can answer, I'll definitely answer it for you. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, guys. Bye.